Welcome to our reaction of episode 3, Nightvisiting of Class. That was in the wrong order.
Yes. But you became Yoda then.
Yes, I did. But yeah,
Finishing the class, we must.
Yeah, so it was. I'd say it was not as good as the first two, but in some ways,
I think it's a bit comparable to episode 1, though. I don't think it's quite as strong as that.
I'd say it was way more character driven. I mean, it was nice that we got a Tanya based episode.
Sort of. I would argue that despite it being billed as one, that she didn't get most of the screen time.
Yeah, it was more the dad talking really than.
But it wasn't even just that. Like, a lot of focus was placed on because it starts with her talking to her dad, and then it's Miss Quill for pretty much, in some cases, a kind of more of an equal amount of time. And Miss Quill got an equal amount of time when
with her sister,
her sister, and then Ram and April running around got quite a lot of time. And I think overall, despite it's being billed as Tanya's episode, she got a heck of a lot less screen time than say Ram did.
Yeah.
I still don't think she's any more useful than I thought she was before. What does she do? She kind of stood. I mean, it's just kind of more of a emotional thing. I get that, but I don't think it entirely worked because, well, to be honest, the alien reveals themselves kind of a bit too early, I guess, in a way. Because they start with the whole, the dad's alive, and oh, come to me, it's okay, and then they're slowly convincing, and he gives up and goes, oh, okay, we're aliens, it's fine.
I think the problem is, my main problem is that they showed that the aliens were hostile quite early in with the man and his mum, and then getting pulled away. So there wasn't. We knew that the aliens were bad. I think they should have gone with the trying to convince the audience that actually, hey, these people are good. You know, that the aliens were actually good guys and not evil. I think that would have worked more because throughout the episode it was just trying to convince a character, but I think they should have gone with the convincing of audience like they did with Davros in The Witch is Familiar. He was actually convincing us that he was turning good, and everybody was like, no, it can't be, but is he? But we were questioning it a lot more. But in Nightvisiting, we knew that they were bad guys. I mean, they shouldn't have showed the Vine things straight away, but I mean, we kind of saw them in the next time trailer, so can't really dodge that. But I mean, overall as a design, it's quite original. How the roots out, and you never really see what's at the centre, which is nice.
It's an interesting concept with the whole bringing dead people back to life to kind of play on you in order to bring you down and feed. I guess it's an interesting idea. It's very different.
Yeah, I would say that. I think what they should have done though is Tanya should have left her bedroom, and it should have. I think it more should have been the dad following her. I think it was a bit too long in the bedroom. I think it was starting to get a bit.
Yeah, well, he was attacked on by a.
Yeah, I know, but they can move. I mean, we obviously saw. Oh, best jump scare was Rachel and the webcam where. Oh god, that was a good jump. That's probably better than some horror movies these days. Get it? That was a really good jump scare. But she was right up in it. That was so good. Yeah, that was so good. That jump scare. I would have hated to have been April in that situation. Oh, that would have been scary.
I will say they never really are clear about how they do things. They don't explain how these dead people are really alive and talking, because they kind of say, oh, the dad says, oh, I took a long journey, but how did they get, if they take the bodies out of the ground, for example, and reanimated them, how on earth is Miss Quill's sister there?
I think it's more a telepathic thing.
Yeah.
As I think Tanya did say, you could just be reading my mind, which I think is pretty clear, because everything that the dad was saying was something that Tanya already knew. What Tanya should have asked was, hey, tell me something that I don't know. And then, you could go like that. But something that I don't know, but my mum would know or something. But yeah, the rest of the family being tied up and all those people being tied up was kind of odd, because they didn't really do anything with that. They were free at the end and kind of lived.
Well, some of them died.
Some died, yeah, the people who actually held on and got whisked away. But yeah, so we had Ed Bazalgeti, sorry if I butchered your name, directing again for the third time. That was his final story. And yeah, I thought it was good directing.
I mean, like lighting again.
Lighting, really especially in the shop where all those people had been rooted.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it that. That was really good, especially how it went like aisle to aisle and people were just kind of frozen in that. And the poor guy was posting. But I'd say that the Ram and April thing kind of came a bit out of nowhere with the kiss.
I think they need a little bit more build up to that.
I was more rooting for Tanya and Ram because of how often they Skype. You know, it was like that's what I was going with.
Yeah.
Maybe there's.
I don't think necessarily they'd be a couple. To be honest, I think the way which they're trying to go with Tanya and Ram is possibly more of a friendship than anything else.
We'll see. Unless if they take this into an awkward love triangle where Ram likes Tanya. Because remember, Ram was the one who ran straight inside to save Tanya. He was like kind of.
Well, he took a very long time to get.
Well, no, he was looking, but it was like, oh, she's in danger. So then, like he did that. If they go for an awkward love triangle, so Ram likes Tanya, and April likes Ram. You know, that kind of awkward triangle. Then
at the same time, Ram seemed to like April.
Yeah, it was kind of it was weird. Or maybe Ram's just stuck in the middle, and then with his dead girlfriend coming to see him every episode. Hello.
She'll just appear somewhere in every single episode.
Maybe
I guess that kind of is an interesting character thing, always sort of always sort of there,
and never allowed to move on from it. Yeah. Well, I mean, from what we saw about next week with the Shadow King kind of returning. Probably some jeering or something along those lines might happen where once again his girlfriend is brought up. Maybe that's something they'll do is some kind of just not letting him move on from it.
Yeah, until he can face his demons. Perhaps that's the way they're going. Once he say kills a Shadow King or something, at the end of the season or something, he does something and lets it go for next season a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I would like a second season of Cast because then they could keep on expanding the characters because there's so much.
For all we know, they could all die at the end of the season.
It would be dark.
It would.
So we got the boyfriend. Charlie's boyfriend appeared again, which I did criticise a bit in episode 2. Like, where the hell did he disappear to?
Yeah, he just didn't appear.
But it's good stuff that he came back, and I mean it was, it was okay. I guess
between them. It's interesting. It's like the way they portrayed it.
Yeah, it's definitely good having religious parents. They got kicked out, so then it's staying with Charlie. It works. But yeah, again, I'd like to see maybe a bit more of a kind of Captain Jack and Yanto kind of thing going on, where they kind of one gets in danger and the other. So you can really actually see the love between them. Actually strengthen it instead of just because we haven't really seen any proper connection between the two, except they danced a bit and then they had sex.
Yeah.
Connection. In one way at least. But I'd like to see that be continued. Hopefully in a later episode Charlie gets a kind of episode.
They might. The fact that the boyfriend isn't exactly because when before the season they were showing the main cast and the boyfriend wasn't really.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of it's odd, especially as at the end of this episode he was in the group hug and it's
he's sort of a part of it but sort of not. I don't know what's a good comparison there though.
Kind of I'd say the Brigadier early on was there sometimes and not really. His second Doctor era. There a bit but not entirely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another example. Mickey to start with. Mickey to start with.
He's sort of part of the group, but at the same time, sort of
not really. But I kind of want him to be because it can add that kind of extra stake of love between it. So Charlie will do something stupid just to save him. He won't think straight. It'll be risky. They could do good stuff with it. But yeah, it's definitely. This one was more kind of character driven and talky. Rather than action, which is okay,
Yeah, which is fine. It's fine, though.
I'd prefer to have it. I'd prefer to have it now, earlier on in the season, than have really great start, and then it starts to drop at the end.
I'd say this episode didn't consistently keep my attention, I guess I'd say, because like it slowly chips away at things, but like nothing. It's like a lot of.
It felt a bit repetitive, I think.
Well, it was a lot of just.
Take my hand, please.
Yeah.
Please, just take it. Please, just
through different perspectives.
Yeah.
Like nothing really happens till like the last 10 minutes. Or something.
Yeah, and then the Tanya thing, I was a bit confused on what was happening because Ram kind of went no. I thought he was grabbing like the guy's leg or Tanya's leg. I couldn't tell. Ram was on the floor tied up, and he was like no, and he grabbed her, and then it was like, what's happening? He's turning green. Okay, and then she explained it afterwards, but it was kind of filmed too up close. It was I think they needed to step maybe one step back so we could see a bit more what was going on. And then she poisoned him with rage, which I thought was nice, but I kind of got confused because I thought they actually fed on the people, not on their feelings of closure.
Yeah. And like, you would assume that with like stuff like this, when you deal with a sensitive topic like this, that rage would be a common occurrence and more of this would have happened.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, I liked how it was, it chose Tanya because it was 2 years, so she had the most want for closure. So it made sense, that the main route went there. Miss Quill with the bus was quite cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Though where she got it, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
But hey ho, sometimes I'm okay not knowing really.
There's a sequence of Plants of the Dead. She just
it's odd.
up behind and stole the bus.
Yes, but it's odd though that Charlie doesn't like knives, yet he can stab a woman in the hand with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
That doesn't make much sense. It would surely be.
And heck, once
he'd be okay holding a knife, but not stabbing someone in the hand. That's the.
Yeah, he can't chop like any food or anything. It's like.
And then he's happy to cut the vines later. I guess it's because she was a person, but how can you happily stab someone? Well, it wasn't like woohoo, but he still did it first time. He didn't have any like pause of I can't do this. See, that's when the boyfriend they could have had the boyfriend come over and help them. Double stab. Like they could have done something there, but they didn't really. So I think that might have been a bit of a missed opportunity. But we're not saying that in any way this episode was bad. It's just
it's just not. It's not. Exactly
it didn't reach its full potential.
But it didn't reach its full potential, and to be honest, like I said, it was a slow one. You really have to be focusing in order to really, really get into it. Which I was. I'd say that.
Yeah.
But I think, say if I was having to watch this in its entirety for like a second time, because the other episodes I had to watch twice.
Yeah, because we were doing screenshots.
Yeah. This one, I think if I did that, I'd just get completely kind of tired of it, because as I said, nothing happens for such a long period of the episode. It's just a load of come to me, no, come to me, no, come to me,
okay,
no, come to me, maybe, come to me, stop, come to me, I can't help it, come to me, well, I'll kill everybody you love. No!
That is kind of it, really, actually, in a nutshell.
It's just.
Please just come to me. No. Please? No. Please? Okay. I'll treat you. Oh, but not well enough.
Stinker!
But yeah, so hey ho, next week looks pretty good though. Some more. Actually, what I did like was the explanation of why April's mum was paralysed. That was a nice thing in there.
Yeah. That is quite nice, expanding on the previous episodes, and it makes sense.
Because at the end of the episode she hung up, so it was good. And yeah, folk music and why she's so sensible is quite nice. So yeah, good April adding there. But yeah, so I just
really enjoy her character. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her next week.
Yeah, because it's mainly based on her, which is nice. Look forward to see that, especially as we'll see those Shadow Kin again.
Yeah.
Which
in some ways seems a bit soon, but at the same time, it has been 4 episodes.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking it might be a 2-parter, because the next 2 episodes are filmed by one person, Philippa Langdale. So yeah, it could be a 2-parter.
Possibly. I mean,
mainly because Heart is in both of the titles. So episode 4 is co-owner of A Lonely Heart, and in episode 5 is Bravish Heart. So I think there might be
Bravish.
Brave. They may take our land, but they'll never take our freedom.
Or our hearts.
Or our hearts, yeah. And then she runs with the face paint on.
And then there's a Tin Man crying in the corner.
Oh yeah, So we have Braveheart and the Tin Man in there. That would be a weird mashup thing.
The best crossover. The one crossover to rule them all.
Class, Wizard of Oz, and Braveheart all in one. Brilliant. So thank you very much for listening to our reaction. Tell us what you thought below of, what's your afterthoughts we're doing now. What did you think of it? Did you think it was more mellow, or is it your favourite? It might be, respect your opinion. But yeah, we look forward to next week, and we'll see you then. So thank you very much for listening to our Eyes of Harmony reaction. Mm-hmm. Our first one of episode 1 and 2 will be linked at the end, so go watch that if you haven't already, and tell us what you think of that one. And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Bye!